This book started as a compilation of articles that I had the opportunity and privilege to write over a 12-year period for Sun Peaks Independent News, a newspaper owned by my son Adam and his wife Kathy. This book was intended initially for my family and friends. As I thought about it and talked to others close to me, it seemed that there might be an opportunity to share this understanding with a wider audience. These articles were based on the life-changing insights experienced by Sydney Banks, a Scottish author and teacher living on Salt Spring Island. His enlightening experience brought a paradigm shift to the world of psychology and philosophy. A shift from an outside-in precipitation of reality to one of inside out. Sydney saw through the principles of mind, thought, and consciousness that we live in a thought-created reality. Who knew? That we had within us a profound source of innate health that was always a quote to Sydney Banks, only a thought away. I didn't. Who knew that we were the producer and director of our own movie, our own experience called life? I didn't. Who knew that we had a choice in our moment experience of life? I didn't. Acknowledgements. I have often enjoyed reading the acknowledgements at the end of the opening of a book, and have speculated about how many people I would like to acknowledge, and thank if I were ever to reach the point of publishing. There are so many people who contribute to our growth and to our progress in life. The list could be endless when I think back to all of the teachers, mentors, friends, and family that have influenced me on my seemingly very long journey, and to whom I am so grateful. In this case, though, I can only focus on those who have directly impacted my understanding of the three principles and the publishing of these articles. Of course, I must first express my gratitude to Sydney Banks for his courage and commitment to the truth as revealed to him. A special thanks to my dear friends Sally Weens and Anita Ridd, who influenced me to the three principles, and without whom I would have never encountered this life-changing paradigm. Huge thanks also to Barbara Burt Davis, whose wit and rigor have inspired me repeatedly, and who, with Sally and I, made up the SELA group counseling center. Together, they planted many of the seeds that morphed into Sun Peaks Independent News articles. Thanks also to Pransky and Associates, George and Linda Pransky and Sandy Crott, and the many other members of the global community for their invaluable contribution to my understanding. A profound thank you to my mentor and friend Keith Blauvins, whose gentleness and wisdom and wit guided me through the beginning steps of his exceeding journey. Much gratitude to Mary Skiller for her inspiration and support. Many thanks and much love to my life teachers and friends, David and Larry Pond. Huge thank you to my son Adam and his wife Kathy for allowing me to share my thoughts on their newspaper. Thanks to the rest of my amazing family for their support. To my son Andrew for his proofreading skills. To my daughter Amy and sons Tim, Stephen, and Patrick. To my wonderful daughters-in-law and my beautiful sister Beth, my niece Jill. Thank you for listening to me sometimes, for your valuable feedback through your amazing humor and intelligence, for keeping me from talking to myself too seriously sometimes. A sincere thank you to all of the people who attended our groups over a 20-year period, for sharing those stories and allowing us into their lives. This book is small for a very good reason. It's meant to be tucked into your hoodie, dropped into your beach bag or briefcase, and if its message resonates with you, popped in a mail and sent to a friend. It can be somewhat repetitive, but also for a very good reason. On the following pages, we are looking at a familiar and recurring life events from a very different perspective, a new paradigm. While the impact of these principles on thousands of lives has been profound, they can only be described and talked about it in so many ways. The good news. Repetition is how we depend our understanding and create our new norm. Bad news. It may cause drowniness. This book is dedicated to my husband Roger, who initially knew so much about living in grace and well-being. To my son Andrew, whose smile and caring spirit brought joy to so many lives, and my beautiful sister Beth, whose wisdom and humor brightened each day. You all left the planet far too soon. We miss you so much.